Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here today. We are kicking off the Subdued Sunburst Sweater tutorial, a cozy pastel dream that's quickly become one of my favorite makes. In this video, I will show you how to crochet the granny squares that make up the heart of the sweater. They're soft, sunburst style squares worked in medium weight category 4 acrylic yarn. You can use up to 5 colors per square to create that soft pastel blended look. You'll just need a 5.5mm hook and your favorite colors to get started. If you'd like to crochet along with me, I've also got the full PDF downloadable file over in my Etsy shop. I will link that in the caption below. There you can print it out and follow step by step along with this video and crochet at your own pace. I also included a list of color combination possibilities in that download. So for those of you that want to use 6 colors in their sweater like mine did, it shows you all of the possibilities that you can make using the 6 colors, but keeping in mind each square can only use up to 5. My list will show all the different possibilities with no color repeats within each square so that each square you make will be unique. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell as well so that you don't miss the rest of my series. Let's get ready to crochet. Grab your yarn, your hook, and your pattern, and let's go. Beginning round 1, you begin with a magic circle. And then into this circle, you are going to work for a size small, 16 double crochet stitches. For a size medium, you'll work 20 double crochet stitches, and for a size large, you will work 24 double crochet stitches. I'm just going to use this little break in the explanation here as I continue around doing the same thing, just to tell you with the next round, once I reach the end of this one, I will work 2 different methods. So to show you one, continuing on with the same or current color that we're already using from round 1, or how to finish that off and connect a new color for the second round. So when I get there, I'm going to show you both ways, and then you can choose which way you would like. Once you get all the way to the end, you're going to join the round with the slip stitch into the top of the second chain from the beginning of your round. Cut, but leave enough of a tail that you can use that tail for sewing and weaving in later on. Go back and find that beginning tail from our magic circle and tug it nice and tightly to cinch in that beginning loop that you see there. Later on, when we weave in our tails, I will show you how to tightly secure that. For round 2, if you are continuing on in the same color as your first round, you just pull up that loop about 1/2 inch and then yarn over, insert into the same hook, pull up another loop, yarn over, insert into the same hook, pull up a loop. Continue this until you have a total of 7 loops on your hook. And then you will yarn over one last time and then draw through all 7 loops on your hook. That creates your first puff stitch. Now just finish off the stitch with a chain 1 and then repeat a new puff stitch into each double crochet around. When you reach the end of this round, you should have a total, for a size small, 16 puff stitches. A medium would have 20 and a large would have 24 puff stitches total. So I am going to continue on with just a couple more of these stitches using this color, and then I'm going to remove this and then show you how to join a new color for those of you who want to join a new color for round 2. Okay, so this would continue the whole way around, but I am going to remove this now and show you how to bring a new color into the pattern for those of you who are going to do that. At the end of round 1, you want to pull up a loop, probably about 5 inches or so. Just leave a long enough tail for sewing and weaving in later on. Pull it nice and tight to secure it. I'm just going to get this yarn out of the way and then start with color 2. Round 2 is a puff stitch round, and now if you made a color change, you're going to have a slip knot on your hook of your new color. Now connect using a slip stitch into the very next stitch. For this first stitch, we begin by pulling the slip stitch loop up about 1/2 inch. You will yarn over and then insert again back into the same space. Again, draw up the loop about 1/2 inch, and now you will see 3 loops on your hook. So you're going to repeat that 2 more times until you have a total of 7 loops on your hook. Then yarn over again and draw through all 7 loops. That creates your first puff stitch. We will work a chain of 1 just to finish off that stitch, and then repeat a new puff into each of your double crochet stitches around round 1. Size small, again, you will have 16 total worked. A medium, you'll have 20 puff stitches worked, and a large, you should have 24 stitches worked. I've just reached the end of my second round, and I will finish it off with the slip stitch into the very first puff stitch of the round, and then I will pull up a long enough tail for sewing, cut that off, and then be ready to join the third color for round 3. I am a day later now doing the voiceover for this video, so at the time I was visually showing you that we would be using one of these large-eyed sewing needles later on to weave these tails in, so I was just showing to leave these tails long enough. Another thing that I like to do at the end of each round is to knot the last round's tail together with the beginning tail of the following round. I'm just about to join my third color, this violet, so I will begin with a slip knot on my hook, insert into the space between 2 of the puff stitches, so not into the top of the puff stitch below, but into the space between where you worked a chain 1. It would be underneath the chain 1. We will join there with a slip stitch and then continue on with round 3. I'm going to pause the screen here for just a moment because I need to explain this next part a little bit more in depth. Round 3 has double crochet clusters. There's basically 3 double crochet stitches worked as 1 stitch into each space around. Our first one is worked a little bit different than the rest of them just because we begin with a chain of 2. The chain 2 will count as your first double crochet stitch for this round. Yarn over and insert into the same chain 1 space. Draw up a loop. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on the hook only. You should have 2 loops left on your hook now. Now repeat, yarn over, insert hook into the same space, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through just the first 2 loops on your hook. The first stitch only should have 3 loops left on the hook. All the other stitches will be left with 4 on the hook. So now lastly, we are going to yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops on our hook for this first stitch. And our first double crochet 3 together cluster has now been worked. Chain 1 to finish off, and then you can start your next stitch. Yarn over, insert into the next space between the next 2 puff stitches below, yarn over again, and then draw through the first 2 loops on your hook only. Yarn over your hook again and insert back into the same space. Draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook only. As you can see, we now have 3 loops on our hook. Let's yarn over, insert one more time, draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through the first 2 loops on our hook only. And then lastly, yarn over and draw through the final 4 loops on our hook to complete the stitch. work a chain 1 to tie off that stitch, and then just continue on working a double crochet 3 together cluster into every space around. For a size small, you should end with 16 total stitches. A medium, you'll have 20, and a large, you will have 24. And I will meet you at the end to join the round. I'm just going to take this moment to add a quick disclaimer that I'm aware I'm working a little quick. People tend to tell me that, and I know it's not a beginner pattern, although I am, for the first stitch of each round, kind of breaking down the special stitches used in this pattern. It's not really a stitch tutorial as so much as it is a pattern tutorial for intermediate users. So if you do want to slow this down to get a better look at the stitches a couple more times, you can still do so. Underneath the YouTube video, there is a little icon for settings, and you can scroll down to playback speed, and this is where you can adjust it to however slow or fast you want to see. And you can also pause and try it out, rewind, try again, do whatever you need to do to work at your own pace. Then meet me back for the following round. Now we are back at the end of round 3. We will join using a slip stitch into the very first space of the round. If you want to begin a new color for round 4, this is where you will chain 1 and then fasten off to connect another color. If not, you can just continue on with the current one. I am working a size small, so I'm just showing you here that I counted a total of 16 stitches worked for my round 3. As your work comes along, you may wish to turn it over to the wrong side and begin knotting together some tails from the end of one round to the beginning of the next round. Make sure to leave the tails long enough for weaving in later on. We are now ready to begin round 4, which is also our very first granny stitch round of the piece. On a previously finished square, this is the blue round that I'm pointing to. When you locate the tail from the end of round 3, the space between the double crochet 3 together stitches is where we will join. So I chose my color here, and I will connect to my hook using a slip knot and then joining with a slip stitch. Chain 2, and this counts as the very first double crochet for the first granny stitch for this round. Next, work 2 double crochet stitches into the very same space. Next, work a chain of 2 and then 3 double crochet stitches into the exact same space as the previous 3. This is going to shape our very first corner. We are now turning our round piece into a square piece. After our corner, we work 3 double crochet stitches into the very next space. These 3 stitches make up the first granny stitch. So again, work 2 more granny stitches across. So we have a corner and then 3 granny stitches. This is for the size small. For the size medium, you want to have 4 total granny stitches across the side, and the size large will have 5 across the side. And then I will meet you at the end to do corner number 2. I've worked my second corner and the clip got lost, so I just need to show you the completed section here. I'm sorry I don't have me filming it, but it's worked in the same way as the very first one. It's just a granny stitch, chain 2, granny stitch, all into the same space. And then we continue on now, working 3 granny stitches across for a size small, 4 for a size medium, and 5 for a size large. We will meet again for corner number 3. I now have 3 granny stitches completed across, and we are just starting the third corner now. So we work 1 granny stitch, chain 2, and then another granny stitch all into the same space. We now have 3 corners and 2 sides worked, and we are continuing on with our third side. I'm doing the size small with 3 granny stitches worked across. If you're doing a medium, work 4 across, and if you're doing a large, work 5 across, and then we will meet for the final corner. And I apologize, I kept getting a little bit off screen here, so I hope you can see a little bit of what I'm doing for this section. I now have my third side worked, and I'm working now on our fourth and final corner. So I work a granny stitch, chain 2, and then another granny stitch, all into the same space. And then I can do my fourth and final side. As you can see, I now have 3 spaces remaining for my final 3 granny stitches across for the fourth and final side. At the very end, we join using a slip stitch into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning of our round. After joining, you can chain 1 and then cut your end, leaving a long enough tail to weave in later on. And then we've got 1 more round to go. I am just picking my 4th color. I'm going with a white, and this is our final and 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, our 5th round. It's worked in the exact same fashion as the 4th round. It's another granny stitch round. The only difference here is that on our side of our rows, not the corners, so the sides, they will all have 1 increase. On this size small, my 4th round on the sides had 3 granny stitches. Now my sides will have 4. Medium will have 5 and large will have 6. Slip stitch over into the chain 2 space of corner number 1 and then chain 2 to count as your first double crochet stitch. Complete 2 more double crochet stitches into the same chain 2 space. Work a chain of 2 and then do 3 double crochet into the same chain 2 space. We just worked corner number 1 into the chain 2 of the corner number 1 from the previous round. Work 4 granny stitches across, so the 1 increase up from the amount I did on the previous round. Then I will work corner number 2, and I'm just going to repeat this all the way around. I'll have a corner followed by 4 granny stitches, and then a corner, and then 4 granny stitches, and then a corner, and so on, all the way back to the beginning, where I will work a slip stitch to join into the top of the chain 2 from the beginning of the round. Work 5 granny stitches for size medium and 6 granny stitches for size large. I've made it to the end, and now I'm connecting my slip stitch into the top chain 2 from the beginning of the round, and I will finish off leaving a long tail for weaving in later on. Now I just wanted to show you 2 different squares with different foundations, I guess. This one here I did not do a magic circle, but the one here I did, and you can see it's much more closed up in the center, which looks a lot cleaner. So I highly recommend giving this a try. I thought it was so hard for years doing this, so I just avoided trying them, but it's really not that bad once you give it some practice. So in the other one, all I did was chain 3, and then I worked them all, I believe, into the first chain, and it ends up leaving a bit of a gap in the middle. So now I've just flipped my work over, and I will finish knotting all these ends and then weaving them in using the embroidery needle. there you have it. Here is our completed square, all cleaned up, no more ends. Over on my Etsy, the Subdued Sunburst Sweater pattern, you can grab that. It'll tell you exactly how many squares you need to make per size, what size hook to use, how much yarn I used. We will go over how to work the sleeves and the cuffs and the hem at the bottom of the sweater and the neckline. It's quickly become one of my favorites. It's so comfortable and it's very cute. I can't wait to see it in more colors. I'd actually love to make it in a full neutral as well. I think that would be really nice. If you do give it a try, feel free to tag me on my Instagram or send it in an Etsy review. I would love to feature you. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, comment below, and come back for our next video. Bye!